ask me why, it's cause I love it. It's cause I love it. We going out of control. We going out of this world. Come on. Hey, let me ask me why. Let me ask me why. It's cause I love it. It's cause I love it. Hey yo, we going out of control. Come on. I make it bounce so hard, baby, I just can't help myself.
Welcome to another episode of Talk TV with the Love Listeners. I'm your host, Natasha, and joining me are my co-hosts, Nicole and Kai.
Hi.
We're professional relationship consultants with a background in matchmaking and consulting. We want to share with you who we are and what brought us to you. And during the course of the season, we will be sharing everything under the love umbrella and certainly want you to tune in. You can reach us tonight at 905-848-5483. So call away or tweet us, whichever is most comfortable. We also did want to share with you that we are really the Love Listeners, which means we are not here just on Thursdays. We are a business to help you along with your journey. So we did certainly want to express that to you. So thanks, guys, tonight. So we are going to actually, I wanted to address something that I had said last week that I had shared, that we're not here to tell you what to do. In respect to, we are always here to support you and guide you along in your journey, because at the end of the day, you're going to do what you feel is best for you to do. We're just here to help you work through all of that and give a different perspective of what it might be that you are going through that maybe you're missing. Like Kai, you had mentioned something like when you are going through something, you feel confused.
Very.
Right, and if you don't have the right backative and you feel like your friends are a good support system, and maybe they are, but a lot of times they're just drawing from inexperience because they don't really know what you've gone through. So then they're like, oh, well, you should just give up or leave that
experience and judgment.
And then you're like, okay, forget it, I'm not going to tell them anymore because you feel like they're
going
judging
to judge me, of course, naturally.
Or judge the person you're with, which is even worse.
Exactly.
Yeah. So when we say that we're not going to tell you what to do necessarily, we're here to help you work through the confusion and evaluate what it is that you're going through.
And make a good decision for yourself.
Yes.
Right? We want to empower you, give you the confidence to make good decisions for yourself.
Yeah,
That's really what it boils down to at the end of the day.
Yeah, because I was thinking about what you said last episode, Kai, about the Ryan tweet. Ryan tweeted us last week in regards to he was with somebody for some time and they broke up, and I think he was feeling a little maybe regretful or even confused about it.
Did I make the right decision?
Right, and you had said, if you feel like you love this person that much, think about how you could love the real person that's meant for you. And I was like, yeah, absolutely, because that's what we want to do too. I feel like for the last few episodes, we've been really concentrating on really giving your relationship everything you got. But that's only in the event that you have a healthy relationship that's kind of hit a bump.
Yeah,
You
worth fighting for.
Exactly, but not every relationship is worth fighting for, because you may find someone that is more suited for you, that is a better fit for yourself, that you don't have to feel like, oh, I'm kind of just settling. Because, single, I feel like people feel like single equals lonely.
Exactly.
And sometimes it might be better to be alone for a little while so that you can figure everything out, figure out where you are and where you want to be. And that's what we're here to do, is to help you along with that journey, because you don't have to stay with the person that's not right for you. You can find someone that is better suited for you, that can really love you in the way
you want to be loved.
Exactly, because that's the key, right?
Yeah, you don't want to be in a relationship where you feel like, well, I'm getting 10% out of 100, which is better than 0. But think you could really be getting close to 100 there's no such thing as the perfect relationship, and that's what I think also confuses people, because when they hear the vast stories of everybody kind of going through relationship things, they feel like, oh, well, that's kind of me too. But maybe it's not. Like, maybe what you're going through is more than just relationship highs and lows.
Right.
And we're here to work through that with you so that you
what's a tough time and what's just signs that he's not right or she's not right for
Exactly.
you.
yeah
Clarity,
yeah
understanding.
right
Remember that?
which we're always going to talk about. Sorry, my mic's fallen off. Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
but yeah, exactly. But it's true. Like you have to know what's worth fighting for and what's not.
Right.
Because sometimes it's not worth fighting for.
And you don't want to
Right?
ignore the signs either and then end up with the same person in the wrong relationship for years and years.
I
I
and
know,
people
and
do
that-
that because they settle. And
yes.
it's because you become, used to that person. It's furniture almost.
Worried
Yeah,
about change
and
as
just
well.
like just like what we were talking about last week when it came to chemistry versus compatibility, it's like because chemistry is so tricky, you feel like, oh my gosh, I have so much passion and such a connection for you. I don't care that the rest of the stuff's not good. The way I feel about you is so strong that it has to be you.
Right.
So I'm gonna go through all this other
Ignore
stuff.
all the signs.
Exactly, ignore the signs so you could be like, okay, well.
Dangerous.
And then there's also the opposite. Some people look for signs and are creating problems in their relationship.
That don't exist.
Exactly, out of
Yeah.
fear, right? So
Yeah.
then it's creating a negative relationship when that used to be positive.
Yeah.
With just some work, right?
Totally.
Yeah, I feel that there's, I think that being in a relationship or wanting to be in one is quite confusing.
Yeah.
And now you have us to work all that out so that you don't feel like, hey,
Yeah.
like, what is it that, am I doing something wrong? Why am I meeting all these people that are really not for me? And don't waste your time. There could be someone better suited out there for you. And we've seen in our business, two wrong people that are not healthy get into a relationship because you attract who you are.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Like
it,
attracts like.
yeah, and it's disastrous if you're not in a good place and you're putting yourself out there. Because we were talking about this last week as well, that I feel like it's relatively easy to find somebody,
Right.
but it's not that easy for it to be the right person.
Right, and to stay in a healthy relationship. Right?
Absolutely. So, sorry, go ahead.
No, go
Later on in the show, we are going to be discussing your representative. And there's various facets of what your representative is.
Yeah.
Right?
Who is that person? Because I think a lot of people also think when they hear your representative, they're thinking it's a negative thing, per se. Like, oh, that's not really you. Well, I think of it a little differently, and I think I encourage people to look at it another way.
It's what you choose to highlight.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
have the ability to be this person, so be that person.
Step
The
it up.
bonus about getting to meet someone for the first time is that you get to be who you want to be to this person that doesn't know you,
Yeah.
right? So if you put out your best, you put your best foot forward, and you're this pleasant, charismatic person.
Romantic and
it's in you.
Yeah.
It's in you. You could be that person. You just have to keep doing it. Be consistent.
Right. It's not about lying
right?
and making up a character. It's
Yeah,
about being
you're
the best
not lying.
you,
Exactly. You're
Yeah.
just being the best you.
highlighting your
I-
best features.
Right, because there's certainly a fine line between a persona of someone that you are clearly not, that you were faking,
Exactly.
and then also your real you, but a good real
Yeah,
you.
the best version of you.
Yeah, absolutely.
The version that you want for people to get to know about you.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not like you're pretending. It's you getting an opportunity to be the best person you could be for this person.
We have a tweet,
Oh.
and we are going to read that to you.
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay. My parents want me to marry someone from my home country, but I want to find someone here. What should I do?
That's interesting. Very tough.
Oh, okay. So your parents want you to marry someone from your home country, but you want to find someone here. Truth, I think, is that you can't live your life for someone else.
Yeah.
Including your parents.
Including
Yeah.
your parents. You know, you have to do it for you. So if you feel like you want to meet somebody here in Canada because you feel like you're Canadianized or Canadian or whatever the case may be, you kind of have to go with that. You're not. Are you going to be really happy if you are doing something you feel forced to do versus doing something you want to do?
what about pursuing both, right? Because you never know where your person is.
Well, also,
So-
okay, but what about if your parents do know best and you meet her and you fall in love with her? Then
How many times does that happen?
Very rare. Very rare. That's why I think, why not? You know, as long as you're still looking here, and you might find that person closer to home and in your area and with things in common, or you might be surprised and meet the right girl, however
abroad.
far it is away,
Yeah,
you know?
it's true. You never know where you're going to find the love of your life. And they might not live next door, is the truth of the matter.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like generally you should find your own love. As you know, hopefully this isn't going to interrupt with your family and the dynamics of that, because that could be difficult. But I think too, like what I would try both. I would put myself out there and hope that I would fall in love. And I would still be open-minded to meeting the person that my parents had in mind for me, just in case.
Yeah.
At least
Let's
you're
see
not,
who finds them first.
Yeah,
Like, go
I
to
mean,
it, Mom, but I'm going to look on my own
Personally,
too.
I would do what I want.
Yeah.
Sorry. Like I would, if I want to find somebody here, I mean, Canada's huge, so if I wanted to find somebody here, I would try to find someone here.
Yeah.
But I do agree with both of you that why are you closing yourself off anyway?
Exactly.
You never
Well, I
want to close
understand
yourself off.
you
'cause
haven't met
never
the
know where you're
person.
going to find
They
love.
live a whole country away. The thought of wanting to do that is, why would I want to
Daunting.
fall in love with someone so far away?
Yeah.
But you will if it's the right person
Right
for
person,
you.
and then it's going to be 100% worth it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
More
I think-
avenues, the better.
I feel like overall, exactly, Nicole, what you said, I don't see many people that have experienced love through their parents from
Very rare.
someone who is a stranger. I've heard multiple stories over the years, and I've never, from my experience of
haven't heard it either.
the industry, that and man, I even know a story from I had taken a taxi I had to work many years ago on Boxing Day, and he drove me, and I don't know, I'm always one of those people that I just love and people must know that about me. And he told me the saddest story that happened. His parents had hooked him up, and that's their tradition, and he loved someone else, and so did she. And it was
That's
sad. He's like, you know, we're friends at this point, but I feel like both of us could have loved someone else more, and that made him very sad.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. See, that's my fear, is that you're being forced to do something you don't really want to do. So how much effort will you put into something that you didn't really want to do in the first place?
yeah, absolutely.
Right?
We're going to go to commercial shortly. We just wanted to reach out to you and let you know that the Love listeners are offering a promotion until the 31st, that you receive a half an hour extra with a half an hour of your call. So feel free to reach out to us. We'll be right back.
Y'all keep it locked there, right here, right